So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorites, Baruuk. Baruuk is absolutely amazing. He's the quiet kid that will absolutely whoop your ass if you push him a little bit too far. His damage is absolutely incredible, he's really fun to play, and he's pretty beefy too. Now there are a few different variations of this build that you can play, but this is my personal favorite. It starts off with Corrosive Projection as the aura to strip away a little bit of the enemy armor. Then we have either Handspring for the faster knockdown recovery or Prime Sure-Footed for complete immunity to knockdowns. We follow that up with Fleeting Expertise for as much efficiency as possible, as well as Adaptation for another layer of damage reduction. This basically makes you more resistant to certain damage types as you take damage from them. After that, we run Umbral Intensify for a bunch of strength, and then depending on what you have, you can either run Umbral Vitality or Archon Vitality. Umbral Vitality will give you more health and strength, whereas Archon Vitality will give you double heat procs. It doesn't make that big of a difference though, because the damage is going to be great no matter what, and this is partially due to the Reactive Storm augment. This augments Serene Storm, the centerpiece of this build, giving it 250% bonus status chance, which is scaled with power strength, so we're actually getting a lot more, but more importantly, it changes the damage of your Serene Storm based on the enemy you're fighting, so that you're always exploiting their weaknesses. This is insanely strong. This is one of the strongest augments in the game. After that, we slap on Transient Fortitude for a bunch of strength and negative duration, Stretch for a bunch of range, which helps with a lot of our abilities, and to top it all off, we have a bit of a flex slot. I'm personally running Hunter Adrenaline because it adds a little bit of extra energy every now and then, but you can put in whatever you want. Hunter Adrenaline is not all that good anymore because of all the damage reduction we have, as well as shield gating. Now, if you want to subsume something on this, subsume it over Elude, because it's pretty much unusable thanks to our low duration. Lull, on the other hand, actually benefits from the negative duration because the lulled enemies wake up very quickly, which is great for draining Restraint because you can lull them over and over and over again. Next on the list, we have Desolate Hands, which we use exclusively for the insane amount of damage reduction it provides. And finally, we of course have Serene Storm, which has really good base damage, good damage reduction, and the status chance bonus from the augment is crazy high. As far as the Desert Wind is concerned, for Serene Storm, this is the one that I really like. We have Prime Pressure Point for damage, Berserker Fury for attack speed, Organ Shatter for crit damage, Sacrificial Steel for crit chance. Then we have Volcanic Edge or Molten Impact for heat, Healing Return for a ton of healing, this is absolutely crazy, and then Prime Fever Strike and Vicious Frost for vital. The way you play the build is pretty straightforward. You want to keep your third ability up at all times for the damage reduction, you want to use your second ability to put enemies to sleep, which will drain your restraint, and then once you've drained enough restraint, you can pop into Serene Storm and start whacking away. The cool thing about this is that you never have to leave Serene Storm, you can just sit in it forever, because if at any point you need to drain more restraint, you just quickly pop lull, and that's pretty much it. There's a reason why Baruuk is one of my favorite. It's just a really fun frame, especially with this kind of a setup that's pretty beefy and effective no matter where you take it basically. What I like about this build a lot is that it's simple, there's nothing complicated about it. Basically anyone can play this, which makes him a great farm frame. When you're farming something for hours, you don't want to use a setup that's mentally draining. You want something simple that can just go brrr and farm the thing you need. Also, if you really end up liking this build, you can always push it a little bit further. I personally run Arcane Grace and Arcane Strike for the occasional health regen whenever I get hit, as well as the extra attack speed from Strike. Strike is of course the bigger one here because having tons of attack speed on exalted weapons feels great. On top of that, we have Archon Charts, and it doesn't really matter what you do with them, just don't get more duration, go for either strength, melee crit damage, or just go defensive with blue shards. And last but definitely not least, we have Helminth. You can of course subsume abilities onto Baruuk, which for me would most likely be Warcry over Elude, and then I would run Eternal War instead of Hunter Adrenaline to sustain Warcry. And that's pretty much all there is to say, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video and you will give this setup a shot because it is really fun. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.